All right, let's get this live stream started. Playing some Farming Simulator. Turn on the audio, turn on the camera. There we go. Cool. Ready for some more Elm Creek run here. Made some pretty good progress. Still got a lot to go though. Still got plenty of work ahead of us. But yeah, I guess I just want to say thank you for anybody who's joining either live or on the VOD. I appreciate everybody. And without further ado, on this fine Wednesday, April 10th, we are going to get going here. Where did we leave off? Let's see here. I think we just sold a bunch of sugar, didn't we? Pretty sure we did. Sugar sells in July. So I think, I'll just make sure my camera and everything's good. I just got to get ready here. So I think we already sold sugar, right? So we did that. And then we've got to harvest sugar beets next month. We've got to sell eggs in November. Sugar beets could be harvested as late as November. So we might actually harvest the sugar beets in November this time around, just so we can get the eggs sold, which will then allow us to get the trailer that we need for the sugar beets anyway. That might be a better move. Although we do need to harvest, we do need to mow. I'm trying to think of what the best way to do that is. I mean, we could just do another round of just straight sugar beets without cutting them. But it would be nice to get a little extra money if we could. Alternatively, we could also just see if the sugar or the eggs sell for a reasonable enough price that it's not going to be like cost us that much money. Right now they do not. So, do we have anything we need to go? I think we already did all the fertilizing and the herbiciding, didn't we not? Oh, we've actually already harvested, so yeah, completely done here. Yep, I think we're good to fast forward then. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else we need to do right this second. So the next thing we need to sell is the eggs, I believe, and then after that it is obviously the silage is not until January. Bread is in January according to this. All right. Well, let's fast forward and get ready for whatever is next. Let me make sure the eggs are picked up over here, and then we'll fast forward. Good enough. All right, we'll get going here, and then we will, like I said, we could start harvesting sugar beets now. I mean, part of me says yes, part of me says we need to wait. Let's grab the eggs real quick. Okay, we do need to actually check before I do this. Is it worth selling the eggs now? That's not what I wanted. I mean, it's only about $100 some odd off. We could sell them at the fast food restaurant. It wouldn't be too bad of a price. And presumably it would give us enough money. Actually, we want to switch to the other tractor. It would give us enough money to buy the other trailer than we did, I think. Would allow us to go ahead and start doing stuff. You know, go ahead and get you started on mowing. We definitely know we're going to need to do that anyway. That rolling. Let's get you filled up here. Actually, this might not be enough, even with the eggs, to buy the trailer. How much is the trailer we want? Oh, hello, semi-truck. Sure would be nice to grab you, but we don't really need you. We don't have a justifiable reason to grab you. Still would be nice. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the trailer. We want to look for the just a regular trailer, right? It's the one that's right here. It's not that one. It is it. Which one is it? Is it that one? There we go. Beat Ninja. That's what we're looking for. So, 51,000 bucks. I don't think we're getting 51,000 bucks from. Yeah, we're not. There's no way. Even if we waited another month, it would get us closer. Because we'll get about 20, 30, 39. Plus a little bit extra. 40. Yeah, if we wait one more month, we will get closer to being what we want. Maybe we just need to harvest next month after all. It would be fine. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's another way to do it. I think we will have to harvest next month. So we can sell everything that we want to sell. I guess we can actually go grab the windrower, get ready to do that here in a second. Alternatively, we could also sell that trailer, right? If we wanted to do that. That's going to give us a little bit more money. That could actually bridge the gap. What... Does the thing hold everything, or is it just... It surely doesn't hold just sugar beets, right? It does hold everything. It's not as big as the other one, but it would hold all of the stuff that we needed. And still do sugar beets as well. Alright, on that note, I think we will sell the other trailer. And that means we can go ahead and sell the eggs. We can go ahead and start doing the harvesting of the sugar beets and everything else that we want. Alright. Oh, I say that. Never mind. We cannot. Because we don't have enough room in this harvester. Or this trailer. We'd have to drop the stuff off at the silo. Which we could do. That's actually not the worst idea in the world. Alright, let's go sell. We're going to do it. Hopefully my math is coming out correct. Because we sell now, we sell it for 30k plus, actually about a little bit more, 30k plus another 10%, 15%, whatever it is. What is our precision farming at right now? 14%. So maybe 35. Actually, we might have enough as is. Now that I did the math, because we do have 16,000 bucks. You know what? Let's go ahead and drop it off. We'll see. We're going to be very close. If we don't have it quite yet, we're not going to be off by much. Alright, we got enough. Nice. Well, then we keep both trailers for now, though. Probably a good idea to sell the other trailer at some point. Because we just don't need it long term. I mean, truth be told, we could... If we even need this other trailer, we could sell both trailers, actually, now that I think about it. Do we need this little green trailer for anything? I don't know that we need this for anything. I mean, the only reason to keep this one is if we wanted to turn to a flatbed. We've already got a flatbed trailer, so... I think for sure we could sell this one. I guess the only reason not to sell the other trailer is because it would still be full of grain at the point in time where we would need to harvest the sugar beets. So there would be some moments where we don't have it empty when we need it to be. So I guess we do need the two trailers actually at some point. So that's fine. I wish we had enough money to get the semi, even though we don't really have a usage for it right now. It's just good for transporting stuff. Hey, Frederick, how's it going? Oh, I'm glad to hear that it's been helpful. I really appreciate the feedback. All right, let's drop off here. Let's get you sold. We'll repair you first, repaint you, and sell you for a whole almost 5,000 bucks. Yay us. All right, so got us a little bit of money there, and we will go ahead and grab the new trailer. The Beat Ninja. Complete with cutter. Cool. Happy with that. Glad somebody recommended that we grab this. It will make our beats much more convenient than that whole other little thing that they have. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's all the stuff that we would need for the sugar beets and the sugar and all that stuff. So really all that's left now truly is the cows at this point. We are just saving up money for cows. Which by itself is going to be probably the biggest purchase this entire time, right? A lot of money to get the cows fully set up as well as the dairy. Alright, let's get you swapped over, pick up the windrower, and start harvesting the sugar beets as well. Alright, let's go. Get that going. How are we doing on bread? We're already empty of the flour. Bread is actually full. We need to pick that up. We'll pick it up here in a bit. Get this trailer parked over here by the sugar beets. Pick up some bread real quick, and then we will get the sugar beet stuff rolling. Give me a second, little buddy. Let me get this last little bit of bread and Go with that. Get you out, get out of your way. Do we ever bump the horsepower on this thing? I totally forget, actually. That's under owned vehicles. Yeah, we're good. Okay. I thought we had, but I couldn't remember all of a sudden. Alright, we'll get this started over here, and it's going to take a little while, but we'll get it done. Oh, I should probably do the header. Alright, get you rolling. You're doing good. You're almost done. Alright, looks alright. Alrighty, that is done. Start getting the baling rolling. First bit of sugar beets that we can cut now. All right, let's get you rolling. Do a couple more rows here and then we'll send you the other direction. through these pretty quickly. Hopefully. We got a little ways to go of doing just silage to sell. Hopefully cows are not impossibly far away. I mean, it's going to be a couple more years at least, but we'll get there. I mean, now that we're selling the sugar, as well as the bread, the strawberries, the silage, eggs, all of that combined should be a decent amount of money. What should we get for the sugar? Didn't we sell that in July? Is that going to show up on here? It does. Show looks like 38,000 bucks. Okay, and we'll get a little bit more than that from the cut sugar beets. That's about 40K. Let's call it 40K once you add in the extra. A little bit less, but let's call it 40K. Or sorry, a little bit more, I should say. About 40K if we build the eggs at the right time. I want to say it's about 40,000 bucks for everything that we do, just more or less. We get a lot of money for a lot of these things. There's no operating expenses, so, or minimal operating expenses, I guess. It's not like we have any leases or loans. We're just paying for the cycles on the production facilities. How much money do we get from the electricity every month or every year? It's under what? It's under sold products. I think it's under sold products. It's that it's basically right at 2K. So we're at 24,000 bucks just from that thing. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, sold products would be strawberries. Is it property income? It might be the property income then. That's really not a lot of money. But between the strawberries and that's about 2,400 bucks almost. Not terrible. A long day for me. Goodness, I start my day early today. had a full day meeting at work today. That was fun. Hey, how's it going, Iceman? Glad you could join. Come on, little Chachi, you can do it. You've done such a good job for us. Don't slow down now. It's a new game predecessor. It's a MOBA style game. Interesting. I mean, I don't personally play a lot of MOBAs, but I understand the concept. Our son's auntie just bought him an RC Cat dump truck, charging the battery for nice. Those I've always wanted one of those things. Those things look cool. Those big old RC, you know, dump trucks and bulldozers and things like that. I always thought those would be really cool to play around with, even as a grown man. It's just still cool. Also got an RC ATV yesterday. Got a ride on ATV today. Push power. Emerson has his own RC collection. 6 different hobby grade art. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. I always wanted a RC airplane too, but I just never got into it. Would have been cool though. Maybe someday. Who knows? My kids are still young. Once they get a little bit older, we might be able to get into something like that. Always found it fascinating to watch those RC clubs in Europe where they run entire mini construction sites with RC. Yeah, I mean, it's cool, right? I mean, it sounds silly, but it maybe in some context, but for me, I think it's cool, you know? Entire construction site with RC. That's pretty crazy. Crazy in a good way. Trying to look I thought I saw something the other day when I was driving. I was trying to see if I could find it real quick. Yeah, so there's I thought there were. Yeah, there's a couple and I'm sure they have them everywhere. I just never looked for them. But I was driving down the road the other day and I saw an RC airplane airfield, like an actual airfield just built out for RC airplanes. Which, I mean, I guess it's just a flat piece of asphalt that you can take off with. But, you know, with no... It's in an open field area, so there's no obstructions or anything like that. And there's a bunch of guys out there flying their RC airplanes and stuff. It was pretty cool. I mean, some of that high-quality RC stuff does get pretty expensive. See, I'm assuming you actually finished and I just wasn't paying attention. Very fun RC channel I watch on YouTube. Has a friendly competition in which the crew on the channel drives upwards of 40K worth of RC. Wow. Channel new is RC Sparks, and the company is called Load Kings. Interesting. Very fun series. It even has a Yukon Gold parody series. That's pretty cool. It pays for truckloads of actual pay dirt and mines it with RCs. Nice. You know what? Found your what you like and have fun with it. That's cool. Especially if you can do a YouTube channel off it and people watch it. Basically pay for itself. Pays for your hobby, right? If you can get something that's popular enough on YouTube, it'll pay for the hobby itself just by itself. Hey Shane, how's it going? We're talking about RC cars, like hobby grade RC vehicles and things like that. I also stream on Twitch, by the way, for those of... If you're on YouTube or Twitch and you're wondering who I'm talking to, I'm probably talking to the other side. I stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Which does make conversations a little weird sometimes, but... it is what it is. You collected some recalls and facial in South Africa, bringing them on Christmas to New Zealand. I'm assuming that was maybe a typo. I was like, I'm not sure what that means. Really rare cars. Okay. Don't you just love spell correct? When spell correct changes something, you're just like, that's not what I said. It has nothing to do with what I said. Oh, spell correct is good. All right, there we go. Alrighty. Looking pretty good. Really need to repair this portal tractor soon. I know I said that a few minutes ago, but it's just barely hanging on. You know what? I don't know if there's much more will fit in here. I'd rather do my own typo than have autocorrect make some for me, especially since I'm often switching from French to English. I would agree with you there. At least my typo, it would be misspelled 100%, but you would at least probably be able to figure out what I'm saying, right? I might spell it wrong, but it's at least the word. Whereas autocorrect, sometimes like, it's like, where did that word even, that's not even the word I was talking about. It makes no sense. I mean, I understand why they need autocorrect on like cell phones, because the whole point of cell phone, like the way the cell phone keypad works, is that it kind of just guesses the word you're looking for based on how close you are to like certain letters. Like, because your finger's not, you know, for the most part, your finger's not small enough to press the single key. So you're basically pressing like 4 keys at a time, and then it just compiles a list of most common letters based on the key presses, you know, the approximate location of the key presses that you're at. I think they've gotten better though. I do think they've, as far as, did I not grab, wait, what? Is there like a version of this that I didn't activate? It has the cutter. Does it cut it automatically? I don't see an option to turn on the cutter. Autocorrect really doesn't like Canadian French and messes it up bad. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, I don't think this is going to cut it automatically. Then how do we... Oh, cutter! I get it now. I get it. So are we actually getting cut sugar beets now? We are getting cut sugar beets. Nice. Cool. I'm happy with that. Although I gotta admit, I'm not entirely sure why a cut sugar beet somehow produces more, is more efficient for producing sugar than a regular sugar beet, wouldn't you just cut up the sugar beet as soon as you got inside the factory anyway? Like, why do I have to cut it before I give it to you? Just have a machine that cuts it for me inside the factory. Let's go. Problem solved. All right, got that going. Let's go pick up some bales now. How's that not picking that up? Weird. Not sure why it was picking up from the side. Well, one negative about the sugar beets is that it fills up so fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We actually got one extra bell this time around. Are you not grabbing this one? There we go. Weird. It's like there's like a spot where it just doesn't want to grab. Did you see the new mods and updates for today? I saw a new trailer for some stuff coming out soon. I didn't see that it was for today. Something related to production stuff. Like I said, I didn't really take that much closer look to it. I didn't think it would be super relevant for what I'm doing, but I might take a look at it later. Let's get you driving up here. Just realized my thing wasn't showing all the chat. Let me just fix that real quick. Oh yeah, I think I was just missing like part of the bottom line. Talking about the DLC, talking on model. I'm not talking about the DLC. I'm talking on model. I'm not sure what you mean. Model. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry, buddy. All right. Let's see. How are you doing? You're doing all right. We're gonna get you repaired up. But as you were saying that, I mean, I know you weren't referring to it, but you said that gets to mind about the farming production pack. It comes out April 30th. All right. I mean, what would be cool is if this farm production pack has a auto load mod built in. That would be awesome. Hmm. I don't know. Let's see how this thing plays out. Actually, some new production stuff, it looks like. Manage a distribution center. Interesting. If it's not a mod or update made by Giants themselves, then I probably don't look at them. There's very few mods that I use that are not made by Giants. I don't look at other people's mods that much. I mean, I'm not dissing other people's mods. I'm sure they're great, but I got to draw a line somewhere. And so I only ever install Giants mods unless it's something like the auto load or things like that, that I do install those because there's a specific reason for that. Like if I have a specific need, I'll go install something that Giants didn't made. But if I don't just go install random tractors and trailers unless they're made by Giants. Now, if Giants put some new stuff out today, I did not see that. And I would like to go check that out. But I don't think they've put anything out in a while as far as free mods, modded tractors and things. Like that Beat Ninja trailer. Yeah, that's not made by Giants, but it serves a very specific purpose. So that's the only reason I have that one. It's a Giant software mod with another model. Yeah, I have not seen that, no. Surprised it's not on their website. I didn't see it on their website, because I check their website pretty regularly these days. I must have just missed it. Unless they just didn't advertise it there, which would be weird. If it's like a collab thing. I don't know. Weird if they didn't talk about it on here. Yeah, I don't see anything on here. I'll have to check out the mod hub later. I mean, they don't put on their website when they just do like a basic mod, but if it's like a full collab with like a bunch of different machines in it, then that would be one they would usually, I would say, post about. All right, one more trailer load. We can drop this off. At some point, we'll start plowing here in a bit. Farm production pack by Dutch Modding Incorporated and Giant Software. Yeah, okay, so I saw the production pack. It seemed like Shane was talking about something different, but I definitely saw the production pack. It'll release in at the end of April. So what, 20 more days? About 3 more weeks. That looks pretty cool. I mean, I don't know how much I'll use it, but it does look like it could have some neat features to it. Now, the problem with that is, if it is a collaboration with somebody else that did the modding, then it's probably not part of the season pass, which means you have to pay extra for it, which usually, like the pumps and hoses, I never got the pumps and hoses. I didn't want to pay extra for the pumps and hoses. So if the farm production pack is extra cost, I probably will never get it, honestly. I don't mind paying for the season pass because I use it all the time, but I don't want to pay extra for something else beyond that, quite frankly. I'm assuming it is extra. Yeah, it looks like it's $8. Which is unfortunate. I mean, I'm more likely to get the production pack than I would be to get the pumps and hoses pack. I would never use the pumps and hoses pack. There's no reason I would ever use it. The production pack, if there's enough stuff in there, I might be more tempted to buy that one. But I kind of, I'll be honest, I don't mind the idea of season passes and DLCs and things like that. I'm a little not, I don't, I get it. They got to get their money. I'm not super happy with the idea that they're putting stuff out that's not part of the season pass and I have to pay extra for that. That seems a little bit like, why not just make it part of the season pass? So kind of as a my own personal, I guess, what am I trying to say? Stand my moral ground or whatever. I just kind of has my own little way of just saying, I like that they're charging me extra for something that I should have already paid for with part of the season pass. I kind of just won't ever, there's a good chance I will never buy any of those extra packs. They're just, why? I mean, don't get me wrong. I get that the modding company that made it, which as you say is Dutch Modding Incorporated, they got to get their money too, but I don't know. Feels like it's just another way to get some more money, which is unfortunate. So more than likely I won't get it, but I'll take a look at it at least. Looks to have something related to cutting beets and vegetables. Interesting. It's probably a pretty good little pack, honestly. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow, Fred. I didn't see that. Appreciate it. Oh, man. What a long day. My day is catching up with me. $24 new items. Let's enhance economics, ramp up production, and promote sustainability with the farm production pack. Featuring over 20 new items. Farming Simulator 22. This pack introduces brand new selling points, production equipment, storage options, renewable power generators, and more. I mean, again, there's only been 2 so far, the pumps and hoses and now this one. I am definitely much more likely to buy this one. I will give you that. While new equipment allows you to cut beets, wash your crops, and create liquid fertilizer. That's kind of cool that you can create liquid fertilizer. Yeah, there's a decent chance that I would get something like this. Just because it's more up my alley. We'll see. We'll see when it comes out. Take a look at it. You're not done harvesting yet? Come on, man. Let's go. Finish it up. What's this thing on the end? Was it some sort of tree cutting thing? Yarder can be used. Oh, yeah. Yarder. So that's the thing that's got like the long pulley system. Yeah. Makes sense. Oh, goodness. It's one of those moments that if I wasn't streaming, I would just be like, all right, I'll come back when this guy's done. Well, of course, we'd have to empty out the thing every once in a while. Or at the very least, I'd put on a nice movie and just sit here watching a movie while this guy finishes up. Harvesting sugar beets takes a while. Well, he's making decent progress. He's about halfway done, right? Almost. Hey, double A truckling. I want to say double A trucking, but I think it's just supposed to be double A trucking. If it's a double A, is that quadruple A? I did not actually think he was going to finish before we get to the other row. All right, we get this trailer load finished. We'll probably grab the plow at that point, start plowing. I want to grab it too soon because he will catch up with the harvester. Why was it a long day? Just work a full day. I work a full job, you know, 5 days a week, as well as doing this quite a bit. So kind of one of those days that it was extra long, or it felt extra long today, I guess. I guess I didn't actually work longer than normal, but it felt longer than normal because it was 8 hours of meetings today. So that's always fun. Oh, sorry about the yawns. Oh, man. Do I watch my own live stream on another monitor? I do. I have the, like the YouTube, you know, streaming, what am I trying to say? I have the YouTube streaming, like admin page, if you will, as well as the Twitch admin page. I guess they call them stream managers or whatever. So I have those pulled up so I can see the stream on those monitors, but it's not like I'm watching, like I'm not like logged in and watching as a user, if that makes sense. So no, I do. I guess in the context of what you're asking, I guess I don't watch my stream on another page or another monitor. I just have all the information pulled up for all the analytics and whatever. All right, one more load, and we'll drop this off, start plowing. Yeah, I mean, I think I've mentioned before I work as a software engineer. So, today and tomorrow, we're doing our quarterly planning session where we go through all the things that we're going to be doing over the next quarter, make sure everything's detailed, thought out, broken up into small, like, bite-sized chunks. Make sure our quality team can test everything properly, everything that you would need to do. And plus, we got to get approval from, you know, the senior leadership, the executives, and stuff like that for our plans. Just one of those things. Every quarter, we got to do a plan for the quarter, basically. Kind of go over the roadmap and stuff like that. But, you know, it's just not like it's hard. It's just tedious, you know, long day of meetings, long day of talking. Whereas as a software engineer, most of the day you're spent normally literally not saying anything, just in a dark room by yourself coding, you know. So I don't personally mind meetings, and I'm not like the kind of engineer that is afraid to talk or, you know, whatever, but it does still drain you. Like I'm not it's not like my favorite thing to do, so it still can be very draining by the end of the day to spend a day of talking, which sounds weird because I do a YouTube channel, but this is different. Talking on a YouTube channel is, I do this for fun. Talking about enterprise software is not something I do for fun. If that makes a difference. Although I will say, talking, long periods of time, even on the YouTube channel and stuff like that, can be draining in its own way. So that's why I usually, like if I do recordings, I'll record like a batch of videos and then I'll take like an hour break and then I'll come back and record another batch, things like that. I don't know if I'll ever get to a point where I'm like streaming for like 8-hour days or something crazy like that. I don't think I could. I don't know if I would have the voice or the patience to do that. I think 3 hours is about my limit right now. I could see doing 4 hours if I didn't have a day job. I don't know if I would ever go much more than 4 hours at a given session though, because it's too much. It's too much socializing. My dream is not to be a streamer. My dream is to be a YouTuber. I would rather just do the pre-recorded videos that I put online and people can watch those. It's not that I mind the streaming. I do enjoy the streaming. It's fun. But it is not, I have no dream, no desire to be like a 8-hour, 10-hour a day Twitch streamer or anything like that. Can't imagine anyone standing making it through 8 hours of sugar beet harvesting. I would agree. Sugar beet harvesting is one of my least favorite activities in this game. It's not fun at all. I don't mind lots of the other harvesting. Like harvesting grains and things like that, I'm okay with. Even harvesting cotton, I'm okay with, because at least the cotton, it never stops, right? Once it finishes a load, it just drops the load out on the ground, and you just come by with a trailer later and pick it up. But sugar beet harvesting, you literally have to come by here and feels like every 30 seconds. I mean, it's not quite 30 seconds. It's like much longer than that, but it feels like every 30 seconds I'm coming out here to empty this stupid thing out. It's just tedious. Sugar beet harvesting is tedious. Same thing with potatoes. Honestly, same thing with all the vegetables. But it's just a tedious thing to do. Alright, I'm going to park this guy over here and let's get our plow. Most vegetable harvesting seems to be designed with multiplayer in mind. You're not wrong. Because it's just... yeah, multiplayer vegetable harvesting is obviously much nicer, because you could just drive the tractor alongside it, fill it up, and then, by the time you drop it off, bring it back, you're ready for, the next load, whatever. It feels like there's much more of that considered, especially with the new vegetables, right? That new vegetable self-propelled machine, you can't even run without a second person, really. I mean, you could try to run it with an AI, but it doesn't run very well. So I would agree. Seems to have been designed with multiplayer in mind. All right, get that rolling. How are you doing? Getting there. Almost done. I mean, the best thing we could do is have a second tractor running this, but we just don't have the money for that. Don't have the money for that. And I don't think it's worth... We'd have to get a whole nother tractor as well. So that's like... That'd be too expensive to set that up. Need to put more lime down. Not yet. I just didn't sleep well last night. I haven't been sleeping well lately. My bed is not quite comfortable the way I need it to be. I actually bought a new bed this week, but I think the mattress came today, but the bed frame doesn't come until tomorrow or Friday, one of the two. So I'm just kind of waiting. I mean, I guess I could just throw the mattress on the ground and sleep on that for now, but if it's more comfortable than what I'm using, but I'll get around to it. Hopefully it works. Something, sleep's very important. It's the thing that you do for a third of your life. So I've heard it's important. I tend to be a side sleeper. I mean, I can sleep on my back, and I can definitely sleep on my stomach sometimes. But most of the time, I sleep on my side. So, trying to find the right mattress for that type of situation. Or the right, comfort level and firmness and all that kind of stuff. Plus, I will say this. It usually gets pretty hot at night. And so I'm just like trying to find a way to stay cool as well. I was looking at some gel, mattresses and stuff like that. But those are expensive. They get real expensive. I was like, you know what? I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to skimp on a bed. Because again, if I'm spending my third of my life in sleeping on a mattress, then I better go ahead and spend some extra money on it. But, I didn't want to go like stupid crazy. I don't got $10,000 to spend on a mattress right now. But, so I was just like trying to find a good compromise that's still does what I need to do, but not like costing me my life savings. Got all those bed in the boxes that you see online and on TV and stuff like that. And I think most of those are probably pretty good, but it's kind of like, it's hard to know until you try it. And yeah, they all say that, hey, try it for 6 months, try it for a year or whatever. But then you got to go through the trouble of actually shipping it back if it doesn't work, which just doesn't sound like fun. I mean, that's the reason why they put those offers out there, because I feel like most of the time people will not ship those back because it's too much hassle. Like, it comes in a tiny little box. Once you open it up and it's no longer in the tiny little box, it's probably a lot harder to ship, right? Because it's no longer a tiny little packaged bed. You're not getting it, you know, smushed back down inside that box because you don't have the industrial equipment that can suck all the air out of it, or smush all the air out of it, I guess, more precisely. So my guess is that the reason why they can say try it out for 365 days is because most people would never even bother taking them up on that offer. Not saying nobody, but I'm sure there's plenty of people that do, but I would say most people probably don't. But that's the thing, is that it's hard to know if those are even comfortable until you get them. And it's like, oh man. Yes, they have a trial thing, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. Unless they have a service that comes by and picks up the mattress just as is, and you don't have to ship it, which may be possible. Then I don't know how that would work. So I didn't go with that route. I actually went to a mattress store in town and literally laid down on all the mattresses, tried each one, tried the different firmnesses, and found one that I liked. Well, found one that I liked for the 5 seconds that I was sitting on it in store. Whether or not I'll still like it 6 months from now after I've been sleeping on it every night, that's a completely different question. But anyway, all that being said, hopefully that helps me sleep better at night. It's not fun when you wake up after sleeping, which is supposed to help you relax, and you wake up sore, you know, sore neck, sore back. That is not how sleep is supposed to work, I'm pretty sure. Probably just a sign of me getting older, though. Yeah, it would be fun to see the face of the... Well, you say that. Some of those mattresses are very heavy, too. Like, they're like... Those thick, foamy ones, they're not easy to move around once you unpack them from the box. They can be pretty beefy. Yeah, and honestly, once you've unpacked it from the box, I don't have a pickup truck anymore. I used to have a pickup truck. Now I have my Bronco. I'm not putting a queen size or full size or whatever size mattress in the back of my Bronco. I have no way to ship that back unless they come by and pick it up from my house. So yeah, it's way more hassle than it's worth at that point. So I guess moral of that story is exactly what I just said. If I buy a bed in a box, I'm keeping it. There is no trial run. I better hope it's the good one, because it's staying. I will say that the mattress I got is actually very light. I was surprised at how light it was. I guess that's because it's not like just entirely a big old block of memory foam, right? It's actually a real mattress from a real mattress store, which wasn't stuck in a box. So therefore it can have springs and whatever else it has. So and I guess the types of springs they're using are lighter than just a big block of memory foam. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting that I would not have called that. I would have expected the foam, you know, just by definite or by the word foam, to be lighter than springs, which to me sounds like metal. But I guess springs are tiny bits of wire, you know, like spun around. It's not like it's an entire block of metal, obviously. So I guess when you get right down to it, it makes some sense that the spring mattress, which is basically mostly air and a little bit of memory foam on top, is going to be lighter than a big old block of memory foam. Because obviously memory foam is actually very, very dense foam, typically. I had a purple mattress once. I actually liked the purple mattress all right. I don't have it anymore, but it was actually relatively comfortable. Guess I could have gotten another one of those, but they're not cheap. Again, maybe I should have, because it's probably worth the money to have a good night's sleep. But one good thing though is I do have kids, and kids have bodies that can be more comfortable with discomfort. Is that the right way to put that? What I mean is, if for some reason the mattress I have turns out to not be quite what I'm looking for, I can always just give it to my kids. It's going to be plenty good for them. And then go find me a different mattress at that point. I mean, I buy my kids nice beds, like my boys. Like, they have nice beds, and we bought them nice mattresses, pay decent money for it. And half the time I walk into their bedroom and they're sleeping on the floor with a pillow and a blanket. And I'm like, why are you sleeping on the floor? You have a bed right there. And they're just like, I'm just comfortable down here. Which I kind of get, because for some weird reason when I was a kid, like, I remember I used to sleep on the floor too. I don't know why. I can't explain why sleeping on the floor would be comfortable now, but I don't know. I guess it was. Kind of funny. Beat Ninja. If they're gonna have to come pick you up, it's gonna cost you money. That's exactly right, Shane. That's 100% right. Actually, a lot of those ones that say 365-day trials, what the fine print tells you is that it's like full price for the first 3 months, and then like every quarter after that, you only get like, 3/4 of the price back or half the price back or whatever. And so, yeah, it's a trial, but it's not a trial where you get all of your money back for the full 365 days. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for all of them, but I have seen a few of them that it did have that fine print that most people don't notice. I was gonna say, I was just thinking, I wanted to make sure I looked it up before I said something that was inaccurate and just from the movies, but I was gonna say, don't Japanese people sleep mostly on the floor, or at least on like thin mats on the floor? I mean, here I am talking about finding me the right, thick mattress, whatever, which, we tend to have, but there's a lot of cultures that sleep or, seem to sleep fine, hundreds of thousands of years or whatever. Hundreds or thousands of years, not hundreds of thousands. And they sleep fine on like either a thin mat or like directly on the floor itself. So supposedly, I guess I was just reading, apparently it could, I guess they feel like it helps relax their muscles. So maybe sleeping on the floor is a better benefit than I realized. Maybe my kids got it right. Guess empty slower when it's cutting it. It's actually interesting to go see something as simple as sleep, right? Like something that everybody in the world does, right? It's something we all share, but the different ways that different cultures, you know, either have their beds set up or they're sleeping, you know, whatever it looks like. Like even difference between Europe and the United States, you know, there's definitely some unique differences there as well. Although I would say we're probably more similar than many other places, but I don't know, it's just interesting to see. I like learning about different cultures again that, like I said, are doing the exact same thing that I am, just doing it a different way. It's just interesting to see, to me. I mean, even something like the concept of, you know, which side of the road do you drive on? Like, it's like, why is that different? You know, why did it have to be different? It's peculiar and interesting to see, see how some of that stuff works. How it came to be, why we do things differently. Like, why we do the same thing differently, you know what I mean? We're literally doing the exact same thing. We're just doing it in a different way. You know, driving on a different side of the road. I mean, there's normal things like language. Language makes sense that would be, you know, different, right? Different languages and things like that. You know, money, sure, okay, I get that. But, you know, driving, sleeping, eating, you know, why is that so much different, you know? Now, the eating one, I guess, some of that goes back to what type of food are you eating, right? I mean, if you're, you know, eating a lot of fish and rice, you know, and whatever, like in Japan, you know, okay, you're going to use a different utensils than you would use if you're eating, you know, steak and potatoes, you know? So I get that a little bit, but it's still just fascinating to me just to see, you know, we all share certain things. No matter what culture you're from, we share a similar, you know, needs, right? We have the same needs: food, sleep, you know, things like that. But we fill those needs in different ways. Transportation, like I said, driving, you know, that's a need that we all have. Okay, we're almost done with sugar beets, finally. And that takes up most of the stream, just the sugar beets alone. Oof. You know what I'm kind of tempted to do? Just for the sake of saving the pacing of the stream just a little bit. I'm tempted to buy like a second tractor and sugar beet harvester and everything. Just set it off to the side. Like, it's not really, because I don't want to like ruin the you know, the groove that we're in. If we're, you know, we're trying to build up our money and stuff like that. Just like cheat in enough money to get a second one, just to speed up the sugar beet part. I think we can kind of like skip over some of this boring sugar beet part, you know, in the future. You guys get the idea. We've got it. We got it going. Let's just get a second one and just get it done. I probably won't do it, but it's a tempting idea. Just pretend I did it with one tractor. Fast forward real quick. But if I was going to do that, I could do that for all the things we do, right? Planting, even the grain harvest and everything. So therefore, I probably won't do it, but it is kind of an interesting idea just to kind of speed things up a little bit more. Alternatively, I could also just not sell the sugar and one sugar beet harvest would be enough to be ready for our cakes. I mean, one round of sugar beet harvest would be plenty for a lot of cakes. But we'll keep going with the selling it and stuff. It's might as well. I mean, we're gonna have another probably 9,000 or so on top of this. So it's about 20,000, 100 and maybe 140,000 divided by 5 times 3. That's what, 210,000. So we'll have about 210,000 liters worth of sugar. And how much, what's the price of sugar again? 210 times 500. So wait. Why is I felt my brain's wrong. Why is my brain doing the math wrong? Do we only make 10,000 bucks off of that? No. Okay, I did the math wrong somewhere. let me bust out the calculator because apparently I'm doing something wrong. All right, like I said, 140,000 is about how much we're gonna have divided by 5. Oh, I did 70, not 28. My goodness, I was like, why is my brain not working? I multiplied times 5 instead of dividing by 5. I'll be all right, guys. I told you I'm tired. 84,000 liters. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, something's not mathing out right. Yeah, so we're going to have about 45,000. That's what I thought. About $45,000. A little more than that. I was like, my brain was like, you did something wrong. You did something wrong. At least I knew I did something wrong. Do you think it's cheating and if you buy the food for the chickens and your animals? I think it's cheating. No, it's not cheating if you buy the food. I mean, if you're buying the food for your chickens and your animals, no, that's not cheating. Because you're having to pay for it, right? So it's a little bit more expensive to buy the food for your chickens, but you still make profit, right? If you buy food for your chickens, you're still making more money from the eggs. As far as I know, I haven't done the actual math, but I'm pretty sure you're still making more money off the eggs, buying the food straight from the store. So it's still valuable. Like, it's still a good thing to do. If you don't want to mess with all the grain harvesting and stuff like that, then don't. Just go buy a bunch of food, sell it, sell the eggs. You're done, you know? So no, I don't think that's cheating at all. If you'd rather spend your time elsewhere doing other things than harvesting, you know, wheat or something for chickens, then yeah, do it. Do corn or something, or, you know, do cotton or whatever. I think that's perfectly fine. Like pig food. Pig food takes a lot. It takes a lot to get pig food together, right? Because there's a lot of, if you're gonna do it yourself, there's a lot of components to go into just feeding the pigs. But whereas you can just go buy, right? I'm not making that up, am I? You can't just go buy pig food, right? Yeah, pig feed right there. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Why not? Save yourself all the trouble if you don't want to mess with it. Do they have cow food? Like TMR? I was gonna say, I don't think they do. I was just thinking that as I was sitting here talking about this. They've got oats for horses. They've got wheat for chickens. They've got pig food for pigs. Not over here. I'm sure it's not. Huh. I mean, obviously they got bales. Do they have TMR? They don't have, there's no such thing as a TMR bale, right? I mean, they've got the components. They got the hay, the silage, and the straw to make TMR. But yeah, you can't just buy the TMR straight up. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I guess it's easy enough to put it all together, but I just had never really noticed that they didn't have it already pre-set up. And then of course, sheep. What, sheep only eats hay, right? I think that's true. I haven't done sheep in forever. It's either grass or hay, one of the two. I can't remember which one sheep eat. On the next live stream series, are you going to run the same concept with the lease to own mod as the Zelonka map? I personally like the lease to own a lot. I think that's a really very useful mod. I think it's realistic, personally. Like I said, I have personally leased to own a few vehicles in my life, so I know that that's a concept that exists, right? Leasing to own is realistic. So I do like that a lot. I think I would probably do something like that. It would allow us to get bigger, better equipment sooner. With still some goal of, you know, eventually someday buying it so we won't have to keep paying for it. So yeah, I think there's a good chance of that for sure. My next live stream will be, I've talked about it before. I'm going to try my hand at the lumber. I don't know anything about the lumber. It may be a complete disaster, but we're going to try. So for the multi-buying station from 82 Studio, I think. I do have the multi-buying station if that's the one if this is the one you're talking about. I installed it a long time ago. I've not used it in a very long time. Where is it? It's under buildings, maybe? Silos? No. What's under containers? No, it's not under containers. Oh, that is. Yeah. Multi-fruit buying station. This might not be what you're talking about, but I do have this. That you can basically buy everything from. All right, that is done. Cool, and we finished supplying right about the same time. It's not bad. That's why I don't really want to get a bigger plow, because this one, we can only go as fast as the sugar beets harvester can go, so there's no reason to get a better plow anyway. All right, we're gonna go drop this off, and then I think we're ready to fast forward. At least we'll get to sell some stuff during this stream. All right. Actually, I'm gonna go get some gas before I fast forward. Before I forget about it. All right, chickens, how you guys doing? Doing all right. Our next planting is sorghum in April. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, it's not sorghum in April. It is sugar beets in March. Alrighty, that is that. And our next sale is November, which would be eggs. So no, it's not November. Well, I doubt we'll have enough eggs to justify it. So we'll take a look though. Cool. All right, what we got? Anything used that's worth looking at? Get us a big bud. No, we don't have anything we need. How many eggs do we have over here? I mean, we could take a quick trip across the road, I guess. Get a couple $1,000 probably. It's a few. And might as well. Let's grab you. $6,000. Not bad. Almost. Oh, I guess while we're doing this, we can do some fertilizing of the grass. Talking about the different cultures that South Africans make beef jerky just a little bit different. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's a similar. I'm assuming it's a similar type of thing, but just a different process, probably a different consistency when it's all said and done. Do we have more fertilizer over here? Surely one of these is fertilizer. Actually, my best friend from high school was born in South Africa. Always wanted to go over there with him on a trip. Just never happened. We did go to Europe. He did a study abroad program in Greece. And when he was done with his study abroad program for college, I met him in Paris, and we just traveled around Europe for a while. About a month, almost a month, I think. And it was pretty cool. That was my trip to Europe. Yeah, he's been all over the place, man. He's been everywhere. Like I said, I mean, he was born in South Africa and lived in the United States for most of his life, and then been everywhere else just about. I think the only continent he hadn't been to when I knew him was, well, other than Antarctica, was South America. He'd been to all the other continents at that time. I'm looking for this. So sugar's July, we knew about that, and then bread and silage should both be January. Yes. I don't know why I didn't remember bread being January though. I thought bread was an off month from the silage. No, it's December according to this. So really get stuck in there. How did you... How are you going through the fence? You must be going over the fence just barely. Go to Cape Town. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know if I ever will at this point, but would be cool to... honestly, I like to travel. I'd like to go... There's lots of places in the world that I would love to go travel to and just see. Alrighty, that is done. Do we need to pick up any sugar yet? Not yet. We're good. All right, that's November. Chickens are all right. Let's go. Ooh, it's one of my favorite tractors. I use this thing all the time. We're using that on our other save. It's a good tractor. I mean, it gets the job done for sure. Get this one all up to 261 horsepower too. Wish we had the money to justify it. That would be a nice one. Any bread coming out yet? There is not any more bread. So we're about to sell the bread and we still got flour left to go. Yep, the grocery store looks like it is the best. Yeah, I like that case tractor a lot. It gets the job done and it's not super expensive. If I could afford to upgrade that little tractor right there to that case, I would. Which technically we can if we sell the bread, not the silage or the whatever the... Let me do this. Material... Grass. Unload you. Cool. I must have left the bread sitting full longer this time than I usually do, because I feel like we usually get more bread than this. It's alright. It'll all work out eventually. We'll just have more bread to sell next year. Yeah, we got way less money, I think, than we usually do. I mean, we could buy the tractor. It is tempting. We don't need it, though. Our two tractors are getting everything done that we need to get done. How much are our tractors worth right now? Oh, 10,000 bucks, huh? Actually, that's not bad. But that's all right. We'll resist the temptation. Okay. So January again is gonna be silage selling month. Other than that, we got a whole lot of nothing else to go on. Let me go ahead and make sure the chickens are topped off. Actually, picking up a load of sugar is probably not a bad idea. Can't drive, apparently. Come on. Must be tired. No, that's not true. I can't drive most of the time. Alrighty. That is that. Let's go. Alright. Do we have all silage now? All silage, no grass. Perfect. Get this sold off. Then January. So February doesn't have anything going on. March, though, is again when we plant our sugar beets again. It's 4 meters. That's the same width as the one we have, right? Yep. Thought it was. Just making sure. Hey, goodness. Yeah, I think the thing we could have done to speed this run up the most would have been to use that lease to own mod and just lease a little bit more. Even if we didn't use the lease to own mod, just leasing more equipment could have been a better overall efficiency. Chicken's doing good. How's the water? I mean, eventually we need to put some more in. Probably when we start harvesting or start planting the sugar beets, we'll do that. Almost done processing all of our sugar. Oh, All right, up to 76,000 bucks. It's not bad. Still need a lot more for the cows, though. So we'll get about 40 grand for the sugar. And we usually get about 40 grand for the eggs. Yeah, I don't know. We're not, I mean, we're a couple years away, but not, we're getting there. Once we at least get the cows down and we can start selling the milk as well. Even if we can't buy the dairy yet, that'll still be some good money. Cow milk is actually worth a decent chunk as well. But we do have to get all the other pieces of equipment. Well, I say that. Like, we can sell this, we can feed the cows just silage, right? Is it silage that we can feed the cows, or is it... Which one's the highest? Besides TMR. Obviously TMR is the highest. I forget which one's the second highest. That we could just sell them until we get enough money for the TMR mixer. How much sugar do we have? Not quite enough for a full load. What about bread? Bread's not overloaded yet either. Alright, we'll go with that. And I guess we're fast forwarding to February. Alright, I don't think there's really anything to do in February, so check the chickens. Chickens do need to get their eggs emptied out. And I'm assuming the sugar needs to be emptied out. Yeah, let's go get the eggs, get the sugar, probably pick up some bread as well. Make sure nothing's gonna fill up too much. All right, let's go pick up some bread and good there. Alrighty, that is February. Let's go March. Let me just double check. Sugar. Best month is, according to this, September. Okay. Oh shit, let's get the sugar beets planted during the stream. We're mowing next month. Let's grab you. Let's go get some water, I guess, while we're letting the other guy seed. Well, hello there. No previous cultivating or plowing necessary. The only problem is it doesn't do fertilizing. Oh, it does. Never mind. I'm sorry. I thought it didn't. It does liquid fertilizing. Okay, yeah, we definitely got to get this thing, right? Oh, 350 horsepower. No. No. Our tractor is not nowhere near close enough for that. I wish it was, because that thing is awesome. That's a bummer. Oh well. It's not like we desperately need it. That thing goes fast enough for that one field that we're using it for. If we had more than one field that we needed to do, it might be worth figuring out. But with just one field, that planter is fine. I do use this one a lot. This Kinsey, whatever. I've used this one quite a bit in the past. I forgot it did fertilizing, but I have used it. Or actually, is there another Kinsey that I'm thinking of that I've used? Planters. Might have been this one that does not do fertilizing. No, I'm pretty sure I've used that one. I know I've used this John Deere, which does not do fertilizing. So maybe I'm thinking of this one from that size category. And I've used this one otherwise. I don't know, maybe something like that. Still, it would be nice to get that one, but I know we got it. I mean, you can be off the horsepower by a bit. Like if it was if it needed 300 horsepower and I have 271, I'd probably still get it then. But needing 350, yeah, there's just, I don't see that happening. Not unless we can tape our two tractors together. Usually about 10% off the horsepower needs is, in my history of what I've seen, that's usually okay. I mean, this guy's gonna be done here relatively soon anyway, so it don't matter that much. Probably actually set out more strawberries if we wanted to do that. Might not be a bad way to get some more whatever. So we're getting 3,000 strawberries. So we're getting 9,000 strawberries per month. And how much, like about how much do we need for the bakery stuff? So 3,000 or 9,000 strawberries would be 4,500. Cycles, I guess, which we don't need that. Yeah, we only need, man, the cakes just don't go very fast. We're only going to use 400 strawberries a month. That's insane how few strawberries we're actually going to use. Yeah. Cakes are slow. Cakes are so slow. Truth be told, we probably need another bakery or two to justify everything we're putting into all this. All right, we'll do more water next month when we're doing the seeding of the sorghum. I guess that's it for the month of March, though, right? We mow next month as well, and we got to herbicide the sugar beets. Yep. All right, cool. Let's go. That's everything we got to do. It's one of those that we have to be open to. Sometimes you have to expand them to be able to get the seeds put in. I forget which ones do that or don't. I don't know that we had to, but it still worked. All right, get you rolling. You're doing good. Hey, it's still there. Just taunting me. Oh, nice. Do some cotton. I know we checked this a dozen times. Is this, is it 240 or 270? 254. 254 is what we're looking for. Get our cow barn down. I mean, at this point, I'll probably just get the cow barn down before we even get the rest of the stuff that we need to support it. It's this thing can pull it now. Obviously, when we didn't have the horsepower, it was struggling. All right, let's get the arbor siding done. Shouldn't take too long with the better tractor now to get the seeding done. Ooh, 53 and 55 both have sugar beets on them right now. Oh, that's way more sugar beets than we could ever want. Come back here. I mean, yes, there is minor value in herbiciding these other fields, but not yet. I don't know that we get credit for the precision farming if you herbicide early. Cool. All right, you're doing good. How are the chickens doing? We need to fill them up with some more food. Get rid of the eggs. We'll get all that here in a moment. All right, herbiciding is done. There you go, happy little chickens. Like we get a lot more sugar this time around. I don't think it's just from cutting up the sugar beets. I'm not sure. I feel like we get a lot more. Maybe I'm just misremembering how much we had last time. Come on. It can be that full. Some space there. That may drop it off. There we go. Good enough. At least we're done with sugar, so whatever we got now is the end of it. Well, for this year, that is. Obviously, we'll have more at some point. Alright, it's supposed to be the last of it. 83,000 liters. Oh, actually, we need to go get some water again. Almost forgot. Looks like we're going to get harvesting of sugar beets and planting of sorghum done in this stream, which is the two probably longest things that take the longest. would I ever go to South Africa? I mean, maybe. Like, I don't know for sure, obviously. But yeah, it wouldn't be, it'd be an interesting trip at some point. I'd like to travel, like I said. South Africa. I want to go to Australia someday. Does that count? I'd probably go to Australia before South Africa, but there's no you know, it's not a huge difference necessarily as far as like which one I have higher on my list. Yes, I know that South Africa and Australia is not the same. I meant for me to travel, it is the same as far as I would say Australia's a little bit above, but it's about the same as far as um, desire to go. But I'm very well aware they are not the same country. All right, put that there. Put you're topped off. You just about be topped off. Hopefully, you are. Like, I'd probably put England above Australia. Like, I probably would rather go to England before I'd go to Australia, and then I put Australia above South Africa. But not by much necessarily. And obviously, they're in completely different parts of the world, so those would be like individual trips. It's not like I can go to be like, do I want to go to Germany or France? Well, okay, I'll just go to both because they're right next to each other, you know? Whereas, you know, Australia, England, and South Africa, those are each individually their own trips. So say my buddy that was born in South Africa, he actually lives in Angola now. Wouldn't mind going to visit him at some point. All right, got all that done. Just in time too. Perfect. Also like to go to New Zealand at some point, but that's just because, you know, I'm a big fan of the Lord of the Rings movies. So I'm going to go to Middle Earth. All right, there we go. That is that. Not terrible. I mean, like I said, the sugar base takes so long to do, but I mean, they're done now. I don't know. How close are we? Probably 2 more full harvests of everything. Will get us at least the cow pen. I don't know if we'll actually have cows yet. We probably need 1 more harvest after that. I don't know. We'll have to see. We're getting there. Like I said, we got 1 more thing left to do, which is the cows, and that'll provide us the last 2 ingredients. So we will see. But yeah, I do appreciate everybody coming out or watching the VOD. And apologies if I wasn't too talkative, but a little tired, but you know, we got through it. But I do appreciate everybody coming out. Like I said, may God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time.